Oh, wow, 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 wow. One Piece chapter 990. So Drake has joined. I'm not going to say joined the Straw Hats because the guy is obviously working for the Navy, but he's joined the side of the Straw Hats. That's a bit of a game changer. I'm not going to say game changer so much as that's one of those well-needed additions in order to be able to pull things forward. I like that right there. I like that. And I like how it's actually Kobe's words that actually make him say, you know what? Maybe I do need to trust in Luffy because Luffy is the lesser of two evils at this point because they were about to off this dude. I like that. Essentially, the snitch got found out. I like that little, Among Us moment is actually over right there. So that was a hell of a way to actually end the chapter off on a cliffhanger. But going into it and backing up a little bit, I like how Oda decides to just choose violence throughout this entire chapter, where essentially the battles are just raging on and the battles are getting more and more intense. You see Kaido as he's fending off all of these minks that have transformed. You see all of Kaido's men that are transformed fighting in front of him, and you just see people getting knocked all around the panels. Kinemon, I love the shading done on his face, in particular the shading over his eyes. You see the man getting visibly more and more upset. You see how all of Odin's men are just lined up watching everything kind of unfold, waiting for their moment to actually physically strike. And then you get this beautiful shot where Kinemon puts his hand on his katana. He's about to draw his sword and he's about to enter into the battle. And that's when Dog and Cat both pull Kinemon to the side and say hey, this one's ours, don't you worry about it. And then it shifts to the inside of the dome and you get this moment where everybody's being briefed on what's going on, and the Tobiroppo are told yo, capturing Yamato is no longer going to get you an upgrade. All that's being put on hold right now. Everything has gotten worse. All the prisoners from Udon, all the prisoners at the evacuation camp, Straw Hat Luffy is leading all of them. Our party of 30,000 is being overrun by 5,000 intruders. And this is what I mean when I say, if Luffy pulls this off, he's going to fuck around and go down in history. 5,000 to 30. To be able to overcome odds like that with two of the four emperors, that ain't just big dick energy. That's big dick, big vagina, big penis vagina, whatever the fusion of those two things is. That is big time energy right there. I love the balls on Luffy right here. And what's so interesting about that is the fact that, you get Hawkins and he's weighing the odds and he's like, man, that's less than 1% odds for the person I'm looking at to be able to make it through tomorrow. And I wonder if that was a situation where Hawkins was actually looking at Drake's favorability in order to make it through the day. But if it's a 1% odd, the guy's going to pull through because Luffy's going to be right there with him. But you get the next scene where you see it at the performance stage where they're all saying, Straw Hats, we'll clear a way for you. Don't worry about it. You see how you got these monsters that are supposed to be on the same level as oars. And one of them is about to rear back with this huge weapon. This huge club-like weapon, and Zoro just takes it out in one swing of his sword. Very beautifully drawn panel right there. But Luffy's like, hey, if this is supposed to be the same strength level as oars, man, that was such a long time ago, referencing the moment of Thriller Bark. But he basically says hey, my crew, we about to pull this off because we gotten a lot stronger since then. And I kind of feel like that was Oda taking that moment right there to say hey, you guys remember how they struggled against oars. Look how much stronger they are now. Even the weakest members of the Straw Hats, in theory, based off of this panel right here, they should be able to actually go up against oars and win. Again, I might be reading in that too much. You guys know I don't do the best power scaling, but I feel like narratively that's one of the things that Oda was trying to say right there, because you see most of the Straw Hats. Obviously, you don't see Nami and Chopper on there, but I would think that if you're going to have somebody like Usopp on there, you're probably going to say that, those two, they might be higher difficulty, but they should be able to do it. But somebody's going to pull this audio up and say, I can't believe this stupid motherfucker said that. You damn right I said it. It is what it is, man. Fuck it, whatever. I think narratively that's the route that Oda was going there, but I love how when Luffy goes into Gear 4, he just neg diffs everybody. That was so fucking beastly to see that right there. And I like how you get the next scene where it shifts over and Drake is just beaten to a clobber at this point. And Drake has to make his escape. And I like how when he makes his escape, that's when you get that moment where he's remembering what Kobe said, where essentially he's saying, trust me, Luffy's amazing. He says if there's any hope, I've got to join the Straw Hats in order to make it through the day. So I like you get this moment where when Luffy begins to start using the Kong gun, Drake is also fighting right alongside of him. And that's the beautiful part of this right here, is that, you know, Luffy, even without realizing it, Kobe's actually paid back the debt that Kobe owes to Luffy. Because, you know, Luffy looked out for him in that first volume of One Piece when you had Luffy and Zoro and Kobe kind of traveling together. I like that you get this moment where Kobe, by telling Drake, like, hey, when in doubt, you can trust Luffy. He's not that bad of a guy. I like that, you know, essentially that advice gives Luffy an ally without Luffy even realizing. It kind of goes back to what I said since I've been doing the early reviews of One Piece, which is the people you see on the way up are the same ones you see on the way down. Now, in the case of Luffy, Luffy isn't necessarily on his way down as far as like Luffy's falling off the ladder, but the road to success, it's not just you with a constant upswing. There are peaks and there are lows, but when you get to the lows, it's how you bounce back from the lows that really determines how successful you're going to be. Can you persevere through the hard times? Well, you're seeing that right there to where Luffy, for all intents and purposes, he's at a low. These are overwhelming odds. But Luffy, because he did right by Kobe, without him even realizing it, has a mulligan, a bootstrap, thrown towards Luffy to try and help him through this hard time as Luffy's digging himself out of one hell of a shit pool to actually get out of. So very beautiful symbolism right there. So my chapter question to you guys, we're going to make this one a complicated one. So out of all the people that Luffy's helped in the past, who do you think has come through and repaid Luffy? Or do you think that nobody's repaid Luffy in a way that actually makes up for the debt that they owe Luffy? Let me know down in the comment section below. But as always, guys, if you like anything I had to say, don't forget to comment, rate, subscribe, and share. Thank you so much for watching to the end. Have an awesome day, guys.